All right, all right. Oh,
We're back.
we
I
are
was
back.
I was just playing with Millie. She's very excited about another. Wait a minute, this year's 21st edition of Live Feed Reads. I'm Paul Reed, your host. The Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson, Jason Crawford. It's
Yes.
July 11th, 2025. We were off last week for the 4th of July / Independence Day. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves, celebrated America.
Yeah.
And so with that, today's topic or title is fittingly Denied Happiness. I Feel Your Pain. So as obviously as everybody or in TV land knows, I'm a personal injury lawyer. My
Yes.
office is in Brandon, right outside of Tampa. Been doing it 29 years. And every week, and I've discussed this. I get this. It's called the
Yeah.
Florida Law Weekly, and
Right.
basically, they are Supreme Court cases and appellate court cases that you read, and if it has something to do with your area of law, criminal law, marital law, family law, probate law, in my case, injury law, you would save those or note them, or however, whatever lawyer does. I save them in a file. And that way, if you have to an issue on a certain matter, you go before a judge and you pull up the case and say, look, according to the Second District Court of Appeal or the Third District, this is how they ruled, and the judge is basically bound by that. So that's what happens. So
Got you.
I was reading the Florida Law Weekly, catching up, honestly, and I came across this case that I was like, are you kidding me?
Uh-oh.
So, and that's where the denied happiness and I feel your pain came in.
Uh-oh.
So there was, this was in the Orlando area, and I'll just call them plaintiff's lawyer and the plaintiff. The plaintiff was a doctor, and he was in school, or a doctor wannabe. He was in school, and the uh, the school basically threw him out. I'm paraphrasing, threw him out.
Okay.
So he brought a number of different causes of action under the civil rights laws of the state of Florida against the school. All right.
Okay.
So, and he has a law firm in Orlando, and they go to trial. Right. All right. So, what happens at trial? And I've probably discussed this, but in a civil case, it's real simple. The plaintiffs, the injured people, in this case, let's just call him the doctor. The doctor, they put on their case. That's called your plaintiff's case in chief.
Okay.
All right. At the end of that case, you rest. Say, okay, I'm done. And you know, that's just by way of example. In the last couple of weeks, the P Diddy case, the that was a criminal matter, but the prosecutor put on their case and they rested. Same
Okay.
thing. The plaintiffs put on their case and they rest. Well, as in the criminal case, as in here, the defense always, in our case, or this case, they say, Your Honor, we moved for a directed verdict that the plaintiff did not prove their case, meaning the facts that are before the court do not warrant, like count one, civil rights violation, count two, discrimination, count three, national origin, disability. So those were some of the counts, right?
Okay.
So the judge says, on all but one, he says, well, I agree. Directed verdict granted for the defendant, meaning you
Okay.
didn't prove your case.
Okay.
All right. But there was one count left on the uh, discrimination based on race. Judge says, look, he goes, I'm going to hold off on determining whether to grant a directed verdict in favor of defendants or not.
Okay.
That's not unusual, believe it or not.
Okay.
And I'll tell you
Okay.
why the judge does that. So the defense puts on their case, right? And the judge still has in his pocket that potential directed verdict on the one count left on discrimination based on race.
Okay.
He got that in his pocket.
Okay.
All right. So the judge says, well, let's go see what the jury does, right?
Okay.
Not unusual. Doesn't happen always, but it happens enough where this is just not it's not like, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the jury and here's what the reason the judge does it. The jury's going to go back, they're going to deliberate, right? If
Mm-hmm.
they find for the defense on the race discrimination, the judge doesn't have to rule on it.
Okay. Right.
But remember, the defense is asking him to rule that they didn't prove their case, right?
Yeah.
Well, if the jury says you didn't prove your case, then the judge doesn't have to rule
Doesn't
on it.
matter. Right.
Right. So they
Yeah.
keep it in the pocket
Kind
to
of a
see
moot
what
point.
happens.
Okay.
Well, the jury comes back, rules in favor of the doctor, and gives him $2.75 million.
Wow.
Oh, plaintiff's lawyers. Yeehaw! We happy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Judge says, uh,
No. No. No.
uh, directed verdict for the defendant granted.
What? What?
Well, that's what the plaintiff's lawyers said.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't just say what. So this is I believe it's let me
What
go
county?
back. It's I think it's a father-daughter team. Not unlike Reed and Reed, who's
Of the lawyers. Got you. Okay.
yeah, yeah, father-daughter, right?
Okay. Okay.
Well, now mind you, it's $2.75 million that the judge just took away from them.
Right.
Not half.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
All right. Now, just so you know, they could appeal to
Mm-hmm.
the I think this is the Fifth District Court. They could. Well, daughter lawyer doesn't wait. She goes on social media.
No.
Yes.
No.
Just so you know, this is from the Florida Supreme Court website. It's the Florida Supreme Court holding because the Florida bar did not like the behavior of the father and the daughter after the verdict came out and said that they violated their Florida bar oath on doing what they did, right?
Okay. So
You know,
from the social media, from going to
yeah,
social media. Okay.
right. And it says, she says, and I'm quoting, so this is not Paul Reed. Today in Orlando, Florida, a white judge stole justice from a black doctor.
Ooh.
After being awarded by a jury $2.75 million for discrimination, a judge reversed this verdict. We need help getting this out. All right.
Mixed feelings.
That's no bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
the court of public opinion doesn't weigh in, though.
I'm just saying. Well, what happens is, when you take an oath, you basically, and I'm looking for it. It's been a long time, 29, 30 years. But you take an oath to basically not impugn the judge, the court system, and things of that nature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because, which is what's happening all throughout our nation, and it makes the court system look bad.
Is this the oath of admission to the Florida bar?
Simple as that.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it says, I do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Florida. I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. Is that the one you were...
Oh, yeah, I got it right over there. It's on my wall.
I will not counsel or maintain in any suit proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. Let's see. The competence...
Right there, Jason.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. To opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility, not only in court, but also in all written and oral communications. Okay.
Right. All right,
Okay, so this is what they're holding her to.
The lawyer goes on to say this is an injustice. One judge shouldn't be able to overturn a jury verdict. the judge did this on his own. I don't believe he had the authority to make this ruling, and we need to hold him accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They put the judge's name out there.
Mm.
They held that a black man has no rights, which a white man is bound to respect. We can't let this stand. These are all multiple posts. Another
Okay.
post says, even when we win, it only takes one white judge to reverse our victory. This is an injustice that cannot stand. That's not good. I mean, that
Yeah.
violates the oath you just read for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what happens? Does she get a hearing for
They
this?
got suspended for 30 days.
Oh, she was suspended.
And the father.
And the father.
Mm-hmm.
So because she's considered to be representative of the firm
I don't
at
know
that
what all
point.
the father play. Well, it's possible. They
Okay.
only talk about what she said.
Right.
But the father, well, again, uh, be careful if you're an employer or something, because he got dragged down with her.
Right. Yeah. Wow. I
Because
mean,
also, my assumption would be after the first post or so, as the managing partner, he had a duty to put the kibosh to it.
sure. Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
so.
Said,
Yeah.
hey, 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 hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
you can't do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So they don't really go into it,
Right.
but my guess is he became aware of it and did nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Hold on,
happens from?
hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
The daughter also suggested, now mind you, I told you she can appeal to the fifth district.
Yeah.
Well, she blows them up before they even the appeal. She also suggested the fifth district court of appeal is biased against black litigants. Quoting, there are people who have a certain point of view at the appellate court, the fifth DCA, which sits in Daytona. There's not a single black person there. Okay. So in effect, what we're saying is to one group of white people, hold this particular person accountable for what he did to these black people. But at the end of the day, this is something that God will have to address because it's not in the hearts of those in power, and that includes the appellate court. No bueno.
Yeah. That's harsh. I mean, that's not
Harsh.
gonna.
No.
Hopefully, judges appealing a case won't, rule out of emotional backlash. Honestly, emotion
Well, I
shouldn't sway
agree.
one
I
way or
agree,
the
but you got to
other.
understand that they are human also.
They're human. I get it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't deny them
Well,
that.
either
But
way, I would agree. How about this? We can agree it didn't help.
no, yeah, man, no.
How about that?
I'm saying there's a
We
mountain to
can
climb
hey,
now.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
agree it didn't
yeah,
help.
yeah. No, it's not gonna help. It might be how you feel, but it ain't gonna help.
Yeah. So they
Mm,
found guilty of violating Rule 3-4.3, prohibiting acting contrary to honesty and justice.
mm.
4.8-2, forbidding improper impugning the qualifications integrity of a judge. Uh,
Will they be
Another,
able to appeal these things? Like, what happens for them now? Like,
oh,
do
they're
they have to?
done. Dude, that's it, bro.
Oh,
Supreme Court of the state of Florida, that's it. That's it. That's your appeal. As a
okay,
lawyer, so that's good. Here's what happens as a lawyer.
yeah,
Florida bar gets a complaint.
okay,
Then they investigate the complaint. I would say about maybe 90% or more, that's the end of it. Somebody
okay,
files a complaint against you, it's not legit or it has no basis in fact or law or otherwise, and it goes, thank you, have a nice day.
okay,
Um, if they find there to be, evidence to support it, then they send it up to the next level, which is, you have a hearing, and you can
okay,
present witnesses, evidence, and this, that, and the other. It's a mini trial, and then the referee, the judge, they call him a referee,
okay,
rule. He rules for you, rules against you, and then he suggests a punishment.
Okay.
Punishment can be just a written rebuke from the Supreme Court saying, "Hey, you're a bad boy." They can say, you need to bring your butt up to Tallahassee so all seven of us can bitch at you and tell you how bad of a boy you are. That's a public reprimand.
Yikes. Yikes.
Or they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
start suspending you.
Okay.
And they can suspend you 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. They can revoke your license for life.
Ooh.
Right. And so they gave them 30 days here. It's a little it's more than a slap on the wrist.
Mm.
And I'll tell you for a number of reasons. One, if someone searches you under your little tab at the bar,
Mm.
it says disciplinary action, and boom, you click on it.
Yeah.
You would read this. Then
Yeah.
you say, like, oh, no, I don't want this, because hey, the judges in Orlando aren't going to like these people maybe for what they did. And so
Yeah.
as the person bringing a cause of action, I'm going to find me another lawyer.
Yeah.
Also, your malpractice insurance,
Just went up.
forget about it. Yeah. I mean, it is
uh
brutally high as it is, and Ryan and Jackie and I clean as a whistle. But if you have a complaint,
yeah.
even just a complaint, not even a hearing, just a complaint. I can't imagine what it is if you get suspended for 30 days.
Mm.
Maybe you don't even get malpractice insurance. I don't know.
Yeah, wow.
But I read that and I was like, yeah, been there, done that. And to the I feel your pain. The appellate courts throughout this state, if you go and look and you ask any plaintiff's a lawyer, many of us have won at trial. Then you get to the appellate court and they take away your money.
Mm.
Oh, often. Oh, well, the judge shouldn't have let this in. The judge made a mistake. The judge should have let that in. On and on and on. This wasn't a fair trial. Do it again.
Mm.
Do it again. All right. Yeah. Now, mind you, you're 5 years into the case by the time the Court of Appeal tells you to do it again, if not
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're now 100 grand into the case, and they
Deep.
tell you do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yikes.
either way, the doctor did not get 2.75 million, at least not yet,
Yeah.
because this was about their behavior, not about the case. And in fact, I
Yeah.
might I might go and look up this doctor on the what is it, Orlando Orange County or the Fifth District Court of Appeal, and see if it's even there, been decided. But I don't. I'm trying to see when it was. But either way,
Yeah.
he still
Okay.
get his money.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm going to follow up, and maybe
Yeah, we'll
next
follow.
week. Next
Do an
week
update.
I'll have
Yeah.
if it's even been heard. Remember, these can
Right.
take years to work their way through the system.
Yeah,
And
it's just it's
anyway,
wild.
I just thought that to be interesting. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely.
it's like I honestly, boy, I feel your pain. Like I said,
Yeah.
2.75 million. Let's see, at 40% of the first million is 400,000, 40% of the second million, that's
It
800,000.
it's
Then you
pretty
get
rare
hold
that
on,
you
then you get
see.
30% of the set. So they lost about $1 million.
Hmm. Is it rare
Mm.
that you see the doctor as the defendant?
No,
And
he's the plaintiff.
oh, I mean,
The
I'm
defendant
sorry. That's what I meant. I meant,
yeah,
yeah.
was the school. Yeah, because they
Oh.
kicked him out of school. Maybe
Oh.
it meant, yeah, they kicked him out of school for
Okay.
whatever. They don't get
Okay.
into why, but his allegations was it was because of discrimination.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, and then he sued him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey, how about denied happiness, semicolon, I feel your pain, semicolon, welcome to my world.
Yeah, dude. You've got a judgment sitting over there for a couple million,
I got
right?
two of them that they
Yeah.
were worthless, and I've had to go to the courts of appeal. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
It's just like you kind of see on TV on that one. You're down here looking up at the at least at the appellate level. You're looking up at three
Yeah.
judges, and they're popping you in the mouth, peppering you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, one of them,
Yikes.
one of the ones, well, it wasn't the best case. It was a slip and fall against Busch Gardens, and it was one of my brother's deceased brother Keith, God rest his soul's friend, and long story short, he got stuck up on that ride, the Shikra that hangs for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it malfunctioned and they were stuck up on it. And then a summer thunderstorm comes and there's lightning, hail, rain for about an hour. They're singing Amazing Grace, how sweet there are, okay?
Wow.
And finally, they got it fixed, and the storm's over, and it drops down, and they get almost to the exit platform. It stops again, so they still can't get off. You
Oh,
know, and so they had to bring the platforms and build a platform so everybody could get off the ride. So
really?
about, oh yeah, so about 2.5 hours later, they finally get off. So he goes
Good
over
grief.
by the ride, which now the park's closed. I think it closed about 8 or 9. But either way, the park closed, and he just goes over for smoke, right?
Yeah.
And he's under one of the little gaming tents, and a park employee
Oh
says, "Hey,
man.
buddy, you got to leave. The park's closed." And he says, "Well, man, I just been up here for 3 hours, and I got to have a smoke." And they, threaten him. So
Yeah.
it's raining again, right?
Oh
So
man.
he starts to make a run for it. And when he does, he busts his ass, slips, twisted his knee, and had to have
Oh,
surgery.
dude.
So I'm saying,
Good grief.
basically that they were negligent in all of this,
Yeah.
right? Well, the judge, after our case in chief, granted a summary judgment and said no. They just said he said no. So I'm like, well, that's BS. So we took it to the Second District Court of Appeal, and I'm arguing it, right? Well, by the time I got done, I knew I was done, right?
Yeah.
So the appellate attorney just stands up and says, I believe that your honors have covered all the areas that I wanted to address. Thank you. He didn't even argue. Dude, it was that bad, right?
Wow.
So you get like 2 or 3 minutes rebuttal. Mr. Reed, you have a rebuttal? I stood up, and there were like little school children in the back watching. I stood up and said, "Swear to God," I said, "I don't think so." And one of the judges was Judge Black. And I said, and I knew him, it's Anthony. I said, "No, I don't want to give Anthony another shot to punch me in the mouth." So I'm going to go out. I'm going to say, I'm going to leave. And I said, I'm going to wait for the PCA. PCA just means poor curiam affirmed, you lose. And they
uh,
kind of laughed. And the one, Valente, the old man in the middle, older judge, nice guy, he says, "A wise man knows when enough is enough." Woo! That's some shit. And I got news for you. There ain't every lawyer out there can tell you that story.
That's crazy,
I think the
man.
PCA mean per curiam affirm. They don't even give you an order or a reason.
A
It just means
wise
you
man
lost.
knows
I think I
when
got that
enough is
before I
enough.
even got back from Lakeland to Tampa. I
Oh
tell you,
man.
it's
Oh man.
it's a heck of a thing. 29 years, thanks to Jesus. Got to give a shout out to Jesus because,
Because
without
he's
him, this
good.
wouldn't have been possible. And you people in TV land out there, my upbringing and so forth, no way, no how. And then to be able to tell you that story only
Yeah.
by the grace of God. So anyway,
Yeah,
that's
he's
all I
good.
have for you, Jason.
Yeah, man.
Anything? Jason went deep sea fishing. He
I did, yeah.
is
Yeah.
not an intelligent man because he doesn't realize there's this
How
little
hot
thing
it is.
called sunscreen.
No,
Jason,
I put on copious
Jason,
amounts
you
of
want to show
sunscreen.
him your pink
Man,
skin?
yeah, sure. Look at that. That hurts. That hurts
Yeah.
bad. I put
Okay. Well,
on a
they have
ton of sunscreen.
hey, there's copper tone.
Bro, I put
There's
on so
there's
much
there's
sunscreen.
many different brands that you might want to wear.
That sun was like, nah, man. You think that's gonna stop me?
No, I hear you. All
Burn
right.
right
Well,
through.
anyway,
It
Jason
hurts.
caught like five or six. Jason caught a shark.
Yeah. We did. We snacked the shark. We didn't bring it in. It was
Hey, what
a
bring a
little.
shark in for?
Yeah, we didn't bring
Good
it
for
in.
nothing.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna. I
All
think it was a
right. Well, anyway.
sandbar. I think it might be protected or something. So we just cut him loose,
Oh
and
yeah,
he
what
went
good
on
is
his
it? Well,
way.
obviously we fish, and I was telling Jason because Jason had another big fish on the line,
Yeah,
and he
we had
got it.
something
Just
massive.
when you're out there deep sea fishing, like when we were by the oil wells off Louisiana, Venice, way out, and you're about 200 feet. And what happens is, what happened to Jason, he got sharknadoed. Once
Yeah,
the
a
sharks
lot.
know you got fish, then you
Yeah.
ain't pulling it up from the bottom.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Jason's fish, he thinks maybe got about 3/4 of the way up, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden that fish is gone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Jason got sharknadoed too.
Dude, we had a grouper, it was a decent size, but it was just too small. So, and you know, their eyes puff up and their bladder fills. And so the guy had this contraption that like hooks onto their mouth and weighs them back down to the
Sure.
depth where they'll equalize. And so, you know, we had done that with a couple of the groupers, and like, he's like lowering it down, and his rod just goes boom, and he comes back up with nothing but thread. Like,
Yeah, I'm telling you.
his rig was
Yeah.
gone and everything, and I was like, bro, that grouper gone.
Well, God bless your guy, Jason. My redneck friends, we did the same thing with the grouper. They just chunked him in the water and he floated away.
Float away. Poor guy.
And guess what, though? The sharks, he
they'll
got
get 'em.
sharknadoed.
Oh yeah, they'll still eat
And
them.
there's when you go fishing with the rednecks, it is different.
Yeah.
And I love it. We had a great time.
Yeah.
I didn't
hadn't
even know
been-
there's that device because, my peeps, they're just here. Gone. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Well, my
Again.
buddies are conservationists. They're like Ducks Unlimited people. They believe in all that conservationist
believe in
stuff.
it.
So they
I just,
get all these extra equipment for like,
My
you
boys don't practice
responsible.
what you're preaching. That's all.
Yeah.
Probably way too much alcohol involved would be my
Yeah,
guess.
maybe. Likely.
Yeah.
Likely. Y'all are lucky to find land again, I think.
Yeah, God bless the Lorraine.
GPS.
That's for sure. Hey,
Oh man.
why is everybody speaking Spanish here? Left Louisiana, ended up in Mexico. All right, now get us out.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, good one. Oh.
Reed and Reed, it's like having a lawyer in the family.